had sped from door to door down the bourgeois road to the harbour shore. Oh, Joe LaBelle would steal the house from the widow Victoria. He found some deed that claimed her land, and a handshake deal just wouldn't stand. In a court of law, he did demand that the house belonged to him. Ring the church bells in the night, we'll gather at the first starlight. Bring your lamps, sleighs and mare to save the widow's home. Across the big field or the pond, we'll move this house before the dawn. When Joe LaBelle arrives, he'll find his prize already gone. It seems that some mistake was made on the day her husband made a trade. And when he died, he was betrayed by Joe LaBelle's black heart. He planned to force her to the cold, and he'd bring the sheriff and his fold. So through the dead of winter's hold, we'd come to save her home. Ring the church bells in the night, we'll gather at the first starlight. Bring your lamps, sleighs and mare to save the widow's home. Across the big field or the pond, we'll move this house before the dawn. When Joe LaBelle arrives, he'll find his prize already gone. You could see his breath freeze in the air as Père Felix said the Lord's Prayer and passed the wine to all hands there. Then he sang a sailor song.
Here we go. That's better. Good evening and hello. I'm here. And to be honest, I'm getting right into practice tonight. Because, you know, I want to do well. I actually think I can do well at COTA, but I've recently added some of the guys from the league and whatever in friend slots, whatever the hell they are, whatever EA wants to call all of that business. And, you know, it's quite a few of them faster than I am, so. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, let's hope this actually captures the game properly. Sorry, that was really fucking loud. That's okay. I actually don't know if I've got my... I don't know if I've even got my setup down here tonight. I hope so. I think I've got a pretty good setup with the fastest lap that I have previously set. I actually think I can... I think I can take some rear wing off. Be better. We'll see. I'm hopeful. I'm genuinely hopeful that this... I don't often say this when we just jump in for a practice pre-race, but I think I might be able to set a lap time that is faster than the previous lap time that I have, I think. I just need to tweak things a little bit. I'm really bad at, like, the setup side of things. But I do feel like I've gotten better recently, but it's not straightforward. First things first. Just in case it wants to pull anything crazy, I don't know. Actually, let's go to this first. Right, well, that's ridiculous. Alpine. Okay. Okay, I did not save the setup. Alright, well, let's run. Hold on. Let's run with this. But I don't think this is going to be right. I'm impressed it didn't invalidate me there, actually. Oh, that will. Oh, I felt it as soon as I turned in. Why am I turning in that early? Because I'm not used to the track yet. I'll give it one more run with this setup, but I think this is not right. Oh my goodness, Boss Tobin. Ah, fucking invalidated. How you doing, Boss Tobin? Oh. COTA seems like a cool track. It's like probably one of my top 5 tracks on the F1 calendar. This bit is so cool. Oh, fucking hell. But anyway, you've caught me, you know, second lap of the evening practicing, so probably going to see me going off track a lot. And look at that, I wasn't looking at the track, I was looking at you when there was a corner coming up, and that is basically certain death. But yeah, I'm going to play with this. I'm going to play with this setup. I'm glad I've gone live a little bit earlier, because I need to play with it. It's okay, sorry. No, please. That's why we do practice, so that I can have an hour of meaningless distractions before the actual Kelston has to lock in period starts. You know what I mean? Oh, you prick. That's okay, I'll still put a lap in. I don't really care about it being valid right now. I just care about where is this setup. Not quick. Oh, I needed to slow down way more. The first bit of the S's was really good, though. You just can't get too brave at the end, because you will just not make anything even remotely similar to the corner. It's so annoying, because this is also not the setup I was running the other day when I was doing some practicing, so I just forgot to save it. I can see why I don't like this one as much. But yeah, thank you, by the way, Boss Toby, for the subscription. I don't know if I fucking said that with everything on. I might have forgotten to say the most important thing, but I'm incredibly grateful. It's very cool of you. But yeah, I'd say COTA and Spa, okay? They're like, whoa. They're like lock-ins for top 5, okay? COTA and Spa. Then it starts to get a little bit trickier. I really like Silverstone, but it's not the most exciting track in the world to drive. Because it's almost a bit too easy, to be honest. Like, Silverstone, I think, was good for old-timey cars, you know what I mean? Where they actually had to think about how the car was going to make the corner. You don't really have to think about that anymore. I actually really like Singapore. Pretty sure I wouldn't like it IRL because it is apparently the most physically demanding track. Mostly because of the heat and stuff as well. That was a good final corner. That was like not a bad stretch at the end. Okay, I'm going back to the garage. Road America and Watkins Glen. Yeah, sure. I'm just going off F1 tracks though. I know what you're saying, but I'm just trying to go purely off F1 tracks. I mean, I guess I like Monza a lot. I don't know if it makes top 5, but like it might. Here you go. Let me just do this a minute. Bahrain is fine. Saudi Arabia is actually really good. Australia's pretty good. Japan. Oh yeah, I think Suzuka then probably makes top 5. I really like Suzuka. China is like fine. Miami, not into it. Imola, pretty average. Monaco, really prestigious and exciting, but I can't do it. So forget about it. Oh. We run out of memory there. F124. Canada, no, absolutely not. Spain's pretty good. Austria, it's good. It's all right. We've been through Silverstone. I actually really like the Hungaroring. Spa, yeah. Zandvoort is good. Zandvoort is surprisingly very good. Monza is really good. Looking at this list now, Monza is really good. Azerbaijan, not for me. Singapore, yeah. Texas, love it. Mexico, pretty good. Brazil, pretty good. Las Vegas, not into it. Qatar, sort of average. Hate that one. Like that one. Yeah, so like going off that list, probably Monza does make my top 5. You know what I'm saying? Monaco is just historic, but the racing there is terrible. Yeah, it's awful now. It doesn't, it wasn't built for these machines, and it's clear to see why, actually. Alright, hang on. What I actually want to do is try something like this. I need a bit more. Okay. I'm gonna try this. Sorry, I don't have the chat up when I'm doing all that. That was a big drift, but that's okay, we're just getting used to it. Oh, way too late. Way too late on the brakes. Whatever, man. Alright, so far I like this better. Hello, Matty. Thank you so much. So far I like this better. I don't know if it's great.
Oh!
But I like it better. Oh no. I really thought it was gonna invalidate me for that. But fair enough. Oh, it's going slow enough. Ooh. Can catch that curve wrong, it turns out. Entirely possible. Yeah, I'm fast through the final sector at the moment. Ready for the race? Yeah, I think so. I just need to be a bit quicker. Yeah? Really aggressive, but it actually worked. Oh no. Oh man. That was going to be a great lap. I knew as soon as I'd started braking, I already knew that I wasn't going to make the corner. How did you like COTA, Matty? I love this track. I'm annoyed about that though, because I thought I was at the right speed, but I just couldn't carry the line. What I will say is this track was actually on the calendar last season, and I missed it last season in Tier 5. I ended up doing a reserve race in T4, but I missed it by accident. So I've actually never like raced here with the lead. Well, feels a bit outrageous, but to be honest, it's probably correct. Start on that grass in Sector 3. Oh, look at my line now. It's fine, we already invalidated. How you doing, Bo? Nice to be home. Yeah. Where did you say you were? Vegas? That's not my place. Don't think I would enjoy being in Vegas for like half an hour. You know? A work thing, CinemaCon. What the hell is that? Oh, come on. That was such a good little first stint as well, but that would have been track limits anyway. Track limits are like a real thing here because the track is wide, but it's not that the track is not wide enough or anything to keep the fucking car on it. It's that it always feels like there's an inch more space to push, you know? Just one of those tracks where you're always like, I just carried a little bit more speed and went a little bit wider, you know what I'm saying? We were doing all the studio flights for NBC Universal. CinemaCon was a con in Vegas. Whoa. I don't know how I held that together. In fact, if I get a clean turn 1, the lap could generally be incredible. Look at that. We had such an awful turn 1. Look at the lap time. Didn't catch that one right at all, though. I broke too early because I've been braking too late. They promote their upcoming films to theatre companies. Okay. Not the cleanest final corner, but pretty big improvement. Just can't get turn 1 right at the moment. Maybe I should downshift more there, but you can carry speed in third gear, man. It's like silly. You got to see Natasha Romanoff up close. She waved. She waved. I do like watching Scarlett Johansson in, like, you know, the like when they do interviews with the Avengers cast and stuff. She'd always get, like, the typically, you know, misogynist questions as, like, the female Avenger. And she's pretty smart with the responses. It's always a good time. Always a good time to see her school reporters, actually. Hey, wave, head nod, saying hello as they walk by. It's all the same. Tonight, we will rub shoulders with the stars. I seem to have... I am in time trial, aren't I? Because my tyres seem to be fucked all of a sudden. Very interesting phenomenon. Oh no. Oh, I just couldn't, like, there was too much speed and the car was rolling. It was so good otherwise, though. Oh, the whole sequence of corners was so good, man. But maybe that is the limit, though, you know? You actually can't carry that much speed, Kelston. Because you will then die. How aggressively you can take that fucking turn, man, at the end of the straight. Are you kidding? No, we're just practicing, not sure. Making a mess of it. I've never seen a celebrity that I am aware of. You've never seen a celebrity? Yeah, but, I mean, what, really? Define celebrity. What's a celebrity? I have. I went to Hollywood and I met Mr. Bojangles. I would say Scarlett Johansson is a celebrity. I agree with that, but that doesn't define the word celebrity, does it? Like, you know. Fucking hell. I'm trying to think of celebrities and I'm cutting the track. You know, like an author. You never met like an author? Those people want to fucking meet you all the time. They can sell you a book and sign you a book. Saw Vince Vaughn. Wait, what? Saw Vince Vaughn in Midway Airport in Chicago. That's Vince Vaughn, is it? That's quite an American celebrity, though, I would say. Just from my biased perspective, that's what I would say about that. Fucking elbow. What kind of paragraph is that? Let me clear the S's and then I'll think about reading it. Whoa, I went too mad. I went too mad too soon, but it was nearly perfect. Gerard Butler was there for How to Train Your Dragon. Wait, what? Aquafina? What is that? Aquafina? Is that what that is? What is that? So the important question, Bo, that obviously everybody wants to know the answer to is, did Scarlett Johansson wave at you? Or were you stood in the direction that Scarlett Johansson was waving? You see what I mean? It's a very like, philosophically those two things are incredibly different. Probably number 2, yeah. Chris Hemsworth was stood behind you. Fucking hell. Oh my god. Honestly, I don't even care about the track limit there because I thought I was going to lose the car. I've got to pause for a moment. I've got to pause for a moment because I'm not racing well. I have to think about life. Put it back. Let's put it back in the box. Have a chat to these guys. Let's be honest, it's kind of easy to see celebrities in LA. Yeah, that's true. Everybody's in LA, man. Are you kidding? Including the guy who gives out drugs on the Walk of Fame. Aquafina is an actress comedian. Is that I'm supposed to say Aquafina? She's Shang. Oh, I didn't know that. Shang-Chi's best friend in the Ten Rings movie. You mean Shang-Chi? It's Shang-Chi, isn't it? It's my entire fucking life of like vaguely enjoying that comic book character. He has been Shang-Chi. And then a film comes out. And now I have to say Shang-Chi. But I'm not sure about it. The 2 lead actresses in Wicked 2. What's Wicked? Is that Ariana Grande and the other lady who's actually really cool, but her name eludes me. That's Wicked, right? Glinda and Elphaba, right? I know some things about that. It's a movie and it's objectively awful. I don't know about that. Play was okay. I don't really, I don't have any like nostalgic appreciation for The Wizard of Oz or anything, so I don't really like. It doesn't, it's fine. I think some people got a little bit carried away, if I'm being honest. Very, very easy, man, to lose the back end there. You don't get the line exactly right. Very easy. And also here, apparently, very easy to just ignore an apex. Who needs apexes? You know what I mean? What's an apex? Give me a break. Do I need more ride height or something? I just can't, I might put some more fucking ride height on. Give me a minute. It's gonna slow me down in the straights though, I'm worried about it. But I feel like this car might be bottoming out sometimes. Let me try something. What if I go 24.55? What if I just did that? Oh, okay. We can now make a corner. Be aware. Oh, traction, traction, traction. I mean, I think that was okay. That felt a bit easier to get consistent as well. That was not okay. I still have never really nailed turn one, man. It's hard here because it's so uphill. It's the most uphill thing I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen Matty's house. Okay, cool. Cool. That's why you can't, just don't talk while you're driving. You can't talk while you're driving. My wife saw the Wiki play and she liked it, but has no interest in watching the movie. I just don't have interest in any of that, to be honest. That's like my feeling on it. I'm sure it's probably fine, but I don't know about that. I don't really care about that. Not my bag, you know what I'm saying? Looks like you have some good lines. Yeah, but I actually have to keep it on the fucking track. I mean, check this out. Not sure. I'll show you a good line. Want to see a good line? Watch this. If you make the track as wide as possible, you know, take whatever fucking line you want. About that for a line. Drive wherever you want. Actually, is there a wall over here? I can't remember. Actually, the hilarious thing is it actually doesn't make you any quicker. They fucking knew what they were doing. The people who built racetracks, man, they knew what they were doing. Look at this shit. As someone who doesn't care about musicals... Okay, we'll just take out that Rolex sign. As someone who doesn't care about musicals or The Wizard of Oz, I thought it was decent. There you go. Look at Sir Shavakadu. Sir Shabakado. A lot of my reasoning for watching is my kids watch a lot of movies, but to preview before I let my kids watch them. That makes sense. It's like a vetting process. I understand. Thank you, Blitz. Good luck to you too. Don't worry. I'm not going to be actually in the gravel later, you know. Oh, you're not making it? Unlucky. I will have fun. I love this racetrack. I missed COTA last season, and I was sad about it, so I'm happy that I'm not missing it. If they did an Andor musical, Kelson would be the first in line. I don't know about that. That's an interesting take, Boss Tobe. That's a very interesting take, because Andor is one of the finest pieces of television that I have ever witnessed. It's incredible TV. It's incredible TV because the narrative and the writing and the acting and the characters and the dialogue is phenomenal. That doesn't necessarily translate. You know what I mean? Like, my fascination with Andor, I want to be very clear, is not that it stars Cassian Andor. To be quite honest with you, before Andor came out, I didn't think I cared all that much about a TV series that starred Cassian Andor. You know, I don't know. I was fine with that. I thought I was probably going to be okay. But I wasn't like blown away by that idea. But I am blown away by the execution of Andor. Sharon Osbourne on Oasis. Why not just Ozzy? Ozzy Osbourne would make a good Saw Gerrera, wouldn't he? Luther. Where's me fucking... Special guest appearance of Seal. Wait, at the Andor musical? Baby. That's Seal. I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the bay. That's Seal? I've not heard that fucking Seal, like, in all my... I've not heard anything about Seal since, like, 1989, and I was born in 1983. The more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. Why would you say Seal? See you later, Blitz. Why would you say Seal? Meaning to watch Andor, great show. It's incredible. It's just good TV. The best TV, maybe. Little slip up, but chat, I can't talk to you for a moment. Fuck, man. I said, chat, I can't talk to you for a moment, and I fucked up the corner because I was trying to tell chat that I can't talk to you for a moment. See how complicated this is? I don't know if you fully understand, okay? When I'm losing time, you know, it's F1. You don't lose seconds. You lose shitty little tenths and hundredths of a second because you've slightly not caught the fucking line exactly right. Because instead of braking at this point, you actually broke 2 fucking millimeters down the road. And that, my friends, is enough to ruin the whole lap time. Did you know that? We're talking about Wizard of Oz? Wait, no, not sure. I was talking about Seal. Remember the pop star Seal? Fuck. Fuck. Okay. I didn't know racing was so specialized. Listen, not just anybody can do this, not sure. You see my neck? F1 drivers always have big necks. Look at that. This neck with, you know, could tow a caravan with that. There's nothing this fucking chat understands more than Kelston can't read chat on Fridays. Okay, buddy, we fucking get it. And we're chatting anyways. How about that? Oh, sorry, Blitz. I'm so sorry. I'm ignoring Blitz. See what I mean? I'm ignoring Blitz. I'm doing terribly. I'm doing awful streamer things. Yes, I should be there at Monza. And thank you for the kind words, Blitz. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Monza. I should be there. Okay, Bo, he's been trash-talking chat solo. I wasn't trash-talking solo. I think solo's fine. Solo's an exciting little space romp that basically has no bearing on anything. But it's fun. It's alright. Didn't need Darth Maul in it. That's okay. Spoilers, by the way. I'll be honest with you. If you've not watched Solo already, you're not going to watch Solo, are you? Let me just surprise the chat for a moment. It's 2025. If you've not yet seen Solo, you're not watching Solo. So, anyway, Darth Maul's in it. No, what? Not sure. Check this out.
There used to be a grain tower alone on the sea. You became the light on the dark side of me. Love remains a drug that's high, not the thrill. But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can't be seen? Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. And now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave. There is so much a man can tell me, so much he can say. You remain my power, my pleasure, my pain, baby. To me, you're like a grown addiction that I can't deny. Won't you tell me, is that healthy, baby? Did you know
There
that
you
when
go.
it snows, my eyes become
Me when I go through one of those fancy car washes with the neon lights. I remember the music video had clips from Batman Forever in it. Really? Oh my god, man. I tell you something. The human Earth, right? It is a fucking strange place to be in the universe, isn't it? Sometimes. I grew up with womanizing Lando, not this robot loving creep. Nah, I don't know. You know what I mean? Lando's, you know, I would always assume, of a suave, sophisticated gentleman like Lando Calrissian that he would swing about 6 ways. I'd be comfortable suggesting that and then thinking about it and going, yeah, that's true. Yeah. It wouldn't take much thought for me to go, yeah, that sounds like Lando. You didn't like Solo at all, though? That's very interesting to me. By the way, that's probably, this fucking YouTube board's probably hidden now. I just played Seal. That guy have good copyright lawyers? Nah. I mean, it's hard to imagine he doesn't, isn't it? Oh, Kelston, you're an idiot. Guys, you know what my problem's going to be? Keeping the car on the track. 100%. I think I mentioned it to some of the guys who were in here earlier, but because I actually did miss it last season, the Texas Grand Prix, and then I did it in the tier above. I think I ended up with like 15 seconds of time penalties. So that's probably what's going to happen today. I'm probably going to be like pretty fast, decently fast, put in one qualifying lap that's about 60% of the best I can do because I can't keep the car in between the white lines, and then get 20 seconds of time penalties and the race is over. So there you go, spoilers anyway for the end of the race today. Hey, Solo, Rogue One. Probably my favourite Star Wars film. Rogue One. Yeah, it's maybe the one that I find easiest to go back and watch. You know what I mean? You'd rather watch Rise of Skywalker than Solo? That is not true. That can't be true. Because Rise of Skywalker... No, that can't be true. Because Rise of Skywalker's not a good anything. It's not like it's a bad Star Wars film. It's a bad everything, isn't it? Rise of Skywalker might be... It might be the worst thing. Is there a worse thing? Rise of Skywalker might be the worst thing. There's a lot of things that, like, you wouldn't really think Rise of Skywalker is worse than, but it is worse than, you know? Like, hay fever? Rise of Skywalker is worse than hay fever. You know what I'm saying? Banging your funny bone. Rise of Skywalker is worse than banging your funny bone. Peter Cushing's CGI face. Rise of Skywalker is worse than Peter Cushing's CGI face. Kiadimundi's philosophical outlook. Rise of Skywalker is worse than that. It is? Alright, I need to return to Gary. I'm just going to save this settlement. I don't even know if it's correct. Oh, I don't even know if it's correct. Saving it. If it turns out we're like awful in qualifying, maybe we'll change it. But I'm literally, it's 10 minutes to go. We gotta go. We gotta go. Looks like TXT is doing a 31.5, by the way. That's quite fucking fast. That is pretty fast. One sec. We're back. We're back in business. There's not a lot of people here yet. But that gives me time to set up the stream stuff. Oh, Matty is commentating. Never invite your friends to the things you like. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to pick a car, aren't I? At least we can be Yuki Tsunoda today. I'm impressed with that. Alright. Let's do a look, because we are halfway through the season, and I'm gonna be honest. I had hoped to be doing a little bit better by now, but this is where we are. This is where we are. Invictus, it has to be said, looking pretty comfortable at the top, although TXT is not a slouch. And all those top four guys pretty close together, really. I mean, what's the gap from Speedy to Invictus there? It's like 17 points. That is not a lot. That is less than, you know, a race win. So it's not a lot. But then it's like 21 points just from me to Speedy. So I've really, like, if I want to be involved in that, I have to start making moves. If not, then I just have to settle for being the best of the rest. But I don't think I've actually, like, I don't think I've even had a podium so far this season. I think my highest finish has been 4th place. 6th round 1, and then 7th, and then 5th, and then 4th. and then 4th, and then 7th. So that is basically where I live. I've never stood on the podium this season so far. Pretty outrageous. Not good enough. I don't have my traditional teammate tonight either. There will be no TSR Wolf. So I think it's Anu? Yeah. I think it's Anu. But he has some connection problems sometimes, doesn't he? So that might be a factor. Does it ever rain at Texas? Does it ever rain? I can hope not. I haven't practiced any of this in the rain. I also haven't practiced managing the battery, like, at all. I don't even know how to begin with that. Don't know. Might up the brake bias as well for the first lap and then see how that goes. I'm losing that back end sometimes in turn 1. Maybe that would help. And when I say up the brake bias, I mean bring it more forward. We only have 13 people here currently. We've got no Invictus at the moment. So who's not attending? Wolf, Punisher, Raiden, Scorser, Mathox, Blitz, Martin. No, the only thing, I mean, like, no shade on those other guys, but the way I've been racing this season, I think the only one of those that matters to me is no Blitz. Yeah, alright, thanks, Matty. have fun commentating. Good luck yourself as well, Speedy. Looking forward to it. I like this racetrack a lot. Don't think I'm like particularly great at it or anything, but I like it a lot. So I'm excited for the race. I agree, Bo. I didn't like Solo either. Empire is still my favorite. I mean, I think Empire is my favorite, but I stand by what I said to Bo before, though. I think if I had to just watch one right now, I would probably rather just watch Rogue One and just watch, you know, a complete story and a really good piece of cinema. Let's have it right. The only thing with Rogue One, I do think this, over time, there's some bits of it that now stand out as like Star Wars cheese that they just couldn't get away from yet. I don't have any hate or whatever, I just didn't like it very much, Solo. I thought Solo was good. It just didn't do a lot, you know? Like, didn't have a lot to say, did it, Solo? It just kind of existed. I liked it though. You know, I'd probably watch that film again. I liked it. But what's even going on with that? We're rebels, we rebel. Is that a line from Solo? I don't even know what that is. What is that? There are just some characters in Star Wars where I'm good with the one sentence backstory. Han Solo is one of them. That's an interesting conundrum. Not sure. I kind of know what you mean though. There are characters like Han Solo where part of the appeal and part of the charm is like the mystique, isn't it? It's like you almost don't want to know too much, you know? It's almost better when you don't. He's rough around the edges. Eventually his heart ends up in the right place. He doesn't suffer fools. And he's happy to pull the trigger on his blaster. That's like it, right? There you go. We found him. We found Han Solo. You almost don't need more than that. But, you know, it was inevitable though, isn't it? Because he's such a popular character. It's inevitable that he will get that treatment. I suppose that's maybe the thing. That's maybe the thing with Solo. Sorry, Boss Toby, I'm calling you not sure, aren't I? I'm sorry. You guys have the same color name. I'm already in race mode. I'm operating on colors. But I think the thing with Solo is if Solo, I don't actually know that Solo could have told the story of Han Solo much better than it did. Really. But it's just, did we even need that story, right? That's maybe more the point. Did we actually need that story though? Grid's looking pretty empty. I think I'm in agreement. We just didn't need that Solo backstory. Yeah. But it's fine, isn't it? You know, the interesting thing, Boss Tobe, the interesting thing is, I actually think I wanted a Lando Calrissian backstory more than a Han Solo one. And I don't mind Lando in Solo. I don't mind that we got that. But I think that's probably true. Maybe why I didn't like it was it didn't have much to say, and I think it should have because it's about Han Solo. Yeah, but then you also yeah, I think I agree with you, Bo. But the flip side of that and the tricky thing with that is, you know, phrase it another way. It's about Han Solo. It's Han Solo before Return of the Jedi, right? Well, maybe before A New Hope, but certainly before Return of the Jedi. You know, Han Solo's just a dude, right? And it's sort of better that he is. So, what are you even gonna do? You can't make him much more than a dude. Because then I think he's not Han Solo anymore. You made somebody else then. By mistake. I can see that in Lando. Lando's been featured at times in other shows like Rebels. Yeah, I think Lando's probably just got a more he's a bit more malleable, I think. The legend of Lando Calrissian is not set, is it? In that same way. Anyway, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, qualifying is about to be underway for the United States Grand Prix Circuit of the Americas, round 7 of F1 Broke Boys Tier 5. Oops. I'm going to have to reconnect my controller because it's probably just lost all force feedback by me moving my legs around. Which is if Solo was more like Star Wars Underworld, where it gave rise to Crimson Dawn and other syndicates in the Star Wars universe, would have been better. Maybe. Well, we've got rain in the race. We've got rain in the race.
Okay, when you're ready, let's go.
Just a dude. He's the dude. Yeah. But like, he's no, you're right about that. But he can't be more than a dude, right? I know he's the ultimate dude, but you can't do too much with it. You certainly couldn't make him not a dude, you know? I did lose some force feedback and I've got it back now. Well, I say force feedback, obviously what I mean is controller feedback, but I did lose it. Actually, oh man, still fucking lost it. Give me a break. Stupid. Oh. can't cope with this. Such an awful lap, man. I've still got no feeling, no sensation in my controller. It's really bad. I need to try and fix it before, well, in the next pit stop. I don't know how to fix it. I just need to get this car into the pits and try and fix it. I've also lost, like, the engineer's voice. Oh, there we go. Fucking hell, Matt.
The tank's pretty much empty.
Can't get into the pits. I've got to fix this controller, man. It's like I can't operate. I don't know how. Please
All set.
work.
We're ready to
Please
go,
work.
so let's get the car out onto the track.
Oh man, I've still got nothing. This is bullshit. How do I make this not like this? I need to like tab out of the game fully. Now I've got no controller. What? Maybe there's some kind of lobby problem. Do I just have to wait now? This is so stupid, man. What? And if I've got no control, I can't even test if I'm going to have controller sensation during the race. Oh, I hate everything about this. You can't... If the controller's not going to rumble, then I don't know how you can play this game, because how do you know where the grip is? At that point, I'm sorry to disappoint everybody, but we're going to have a bad race because I can't feel how to control the car. Now we just have to probably wait 15 minutes. I just disconnected, Bo. We've got like a disconnect problem. And my controller was disconnecting anyway. And then the whole lobby just disconnected. But they might be... I think they're restarting the lobby because Batman, who is the lobby host, also got kicked. It's just a nonsense. Just some sort of technical nonsense. But like I say, the controller seemed to be having its own problems. Actually, I think I might close. I might try and fix it by closing the game. Fucking qualifying restart. Ugh. How annoying. But in a way, it's better for me that it kicked Batman, because otherwise I'd have just had to make do with that first lap, which was terrible.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
You had 4 seconds to signs on that last lap. Suggest at least 5 seconds to open the lap.
So Norris has pitted. If he has a slow stop, he could get out of it.
Am I gonna have problems? Why is it doing this? Okay. Oh. All right, we're back. Oh, hopefully. What's our resident commentator think of all this goings on? Any thoughts on that?
Some people have a very bad connection to the server, but well, yeah, absolute chaos killstone. So yeah, some people are saying some very good lap times, but I know you're live anyway. So I don't know what time. What time are they ready now? Waiting on one driver to join back. Ah, shit. Oh. Batman is absolute. Who are we waiting on? I don't even know who we're actually waiting on at the minute. Ooh. Wait. Oh my god, people's games crashing. Oh, it's gonna be one of these nights. My first night commentating tier 5, and it just goes to shit.
Well, this is pretty bad. Sorry, everybody, if you tuned in wanting to watch the race, but what are you gonna do? EA made a bad game.
Oh, well, just gonna sit down and wait. So, how's everyone's days going, other than that? Hopefully, we get the first anytime, then we can start racing. Because then, some guy refused. What the fuck? Ah, that's a lot. He has a qualifying ban, so he's not joining. He does realise that he will just keep going until he actually races. It's not that he just loses out of this race.
Alright, looks like we're going. Looks like we're going. Hopefully, my controller is still connected here. We'll have to wait and see. I get a little bit of feedback in my controller. I reckon I can put... Well, I can easily put a much faster lap time in than I did previous, so... I can go, like, a second quicker than that, I'm sure.
Okay, that's all the checks complete. We're ready to go.
It's going to be a big moment of truth. Oh yeah, we got it back. Fucking hell. I don't know what happened there, man.
Less than one lap of fuel left now. The tank's pretty much empty.
Well, I can go faster.
All set, we're ready to go, so let's get the car out onto the track. Okay, we've only got one lap of fuel remaining.
Yes, I'm getting it. Oh, that was shocking. It was an improvement, but not enough. Just that end of the lap through it. I don't know what you're up to, Bo. You're saying nice lap, but this is my in lap now, so I might be reading on a delay. There's realistically around Texas, there's only enough time to set one more lap, so. I mean, Speedy's faster than me right now on the mediums, so I can lose a kilo of fuel, but then I'm fucked. Like by the end, if I've got people around me setting lap times, I'm gonna be in low fuel mode. I guess it doesn't matter, but it's very easy to get in people's way at the end of this lap, you know what I'm saying? It's like the way a lap is around here. But I will lose a kilo of fuel because why would you not do that?
Okay, mate, our best lap so far, 1 minute 32.8.
My first sector time's great. Losing quite a bit in the second sector. And pretty average in the third.
Okay, when you're ready, let's go. Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
Well, it was better, but I just messed up the first corner a lot, didn't I? There was a guy coming out of the pits, and I shouldn't have been bothered because he was doing everything right. He was staying well out of my way. But it just gave me enough cause for concern that I took it a bit wide. And made a mess of it, really. The final sector felt really fast, you know. What the hell? I just disconnect again. Hopefully we're not going to disconnect during the race, but... someone. I mean, I will say, my teammate this week is the guy who has the most connection issues. And I don't know if it's contagious. Because Wolf isn't here. So I can't participate, but we can look at our lap time anyway. It's there. A 1:32.5. Wow, the guys in front were just so much quicker, man. The guys in front were just a bunch quicker. Seventh on the grid. Yeah, not awful. Race 4 spots, that's a money shot. I mean, yeah, all I need to do, it's like I said, I think I'm going to end up with time penalties here. It's a time penalty kind of a track to me, but I just need to try and not do that. And, you know, with every fiber available in my being, I need to try to not do that. I might have to set up a setup. So, hold on. Oh no, it saved it. Okay. There. Try and flip the car into the spectators. It's a good track for that. Let me just tell you. Uh, 57 is when we're readying up. 57 minutes past. So that's about 2 minutes away. I have some unknown quantities nearby. But I also think I've got maybe... Is it Daniel? Yeah, Daniel just 2 places ahead of me. Brewdog just behind. Beetle just behind. But the top 3 is kind of what you would think. It's Invictus, TXT, I didn't see what order. TXT by Invictus, and then Speedy, which is more or less exactly what you would expect. And it's going to be tricky to catch up with those guys. Fucking hell, he's here again. They've given him an umbrella this week. Do you see that? Not sure. How does that impact the car? We don't know. We don't know. I'm on TV, look, too. Yeah, I agree. Speedy's maybe not consistent. The main thing is, I'm going to have Brewdog on the inside going into turn 1, unless I can get an absolute fucking launch. So, forgive me, but I need to concentrate on getting an absolute fucking launch. Fucking got a promotion. Yeah, this guy. Look. Just think all those buttons do. Do you know? I don't fucking know. It's a lot of buttons, isn't it, for a steering wheel? Yeah. Well, it's 57, which means we can ready up, but I never like to be the first one. Because I always think, I don't know. Bad mojo. Bad juju. We're going to let this guy with the umbrella ready up. Will you tell me when it's time? All right. Oof. Okay. Whoa!
Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. Okay, the start was fine. Let's try and move forward.
Car's fucked, man.
We can now use DRS. DRS now available.
I don't know who this fucking TTV guy is, but he always seems to be in a problem.
Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past.
Car won't turn. Oh my god, the race is over. It's already over. It's not the straights, man. The car won't turn. I'm losing time in the straights because I can't get out of the turns. Because I actually can't turn.
I'm afraid you've been given a time penalty for that last incident, mate.
I'm losing so much time in Sector 1, it's unreal. I think I actually have to pit and try and take the hards. I don't understand what I need to do. Because I need to change this wing.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.0 seconds.
Look how hard it is to turn the corner. Box this lap. Box.
Please repeat, you're breaking up. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. Okay, go, go, go! That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Look after these tyres now, we want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 16.9 seconds.
I think my head's gone. It was just such a bad start, man.
And gap to the car in front, 10.5 seconds.
I just can't do it. That's true, they could.
Okay, gap ahead, 20.0 seconds. Catching the car ahead, well done, but be aware these tyres need to get us to the end of this race. managing your tyres, manage your tyres. Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
That was silly to lose the DRS there. I needed the DRS there, man.
Green flag. Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake and we could still regain the position. Okay, gap to the car in front, 1.7 seconds. pace is strong, but be aware these tyres need to go the distance. Grip is probably dropping due to wear, so don't be too aggressive. Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake, use overtake. Final lap, final lap. Push, push. Good job, nice overtake.
Oh, okay. That final overtake was actually really. I was trying to like. I don't know if you saw me messing with the battery. I was trying to set that up for the longest time, and then when we got on the main straight, I had like 90% battery. What an absolutely awful start, though. Man. I just like, I couldn't even process what was going on at the start. And then I did like 20, how many fucking laps did I just do on the hards? Is anyone aware of that? 20 laps? It was more than that, wasn't it? Felt like it. Felt like a fucking bunch. 22! They were struggling, man. Those tires were struggling, but we just used battery management. You did 2 laps? No, I did more than 2. Wait, I did more than 2 on mediums. I did like 4 on mediums. So I did like 24 on hards. Something like that. Let me see, I have to review that start. I've got to review that start. I don't know what the hell happened. because I need to play with it. Things you like. On. Oh wait, you can't see it, sorry. Whoa! Whoa! And then you'll have seen... God, it's terrible. So you'll have seen the little graphic pop up, right? Because it broke my wing. I don't know how much it broke my wing, but it broke it enough. Whoa! See, it was only this, and I was worried that the pit crew wouldn't change it, but it didn't take long to understand that it was screwed.
Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Yeah, I think he probably does need a penalty. He just mentioned in the Discord and apologized, and like, I get it. He's just lost control of the car, but what the fuck am I supposed to do, you know? Well, I think he's like a reserve driver, so I don't think you can do things like that anyway. Car's fucked, man. I knew even then that like the car was just not this track. I mean, I was running like 50 48 wings. You know what I mean? So some tracks. I don't know who this fucking TTV guy is, but he always seems to be in a problem. That's like nearly the max, by the way. So this track, even though it's got that huge long straight, the downforce really matters. It's got so many of these like long sweeping corners where you really need the downforce to take effect on the car to actually be able to plot a line through it. Car won't turn. It's not like, I mean, next week we're at Monza. It's already over. We're at Monza next week, and there sometimes you run like no wing. You don't run a lot of fucking wings at Monza, because that is just a high-speed track, and it's, you know, big long straights and all the rest of it. This one though, even though it has that very long straight, it's actually like big wing track. So when did I actually pit then? Still on the mediums here, it's lap 3. Yeah, thanks, not sure. It was just chaos, wasn't it? I'm only got... Yeah, I pitted lap... Yeah, at the end of lap 4, so I did what? Box this lap. 24 laps. Box. 24 laps on hard tyres. But I'm most proud of just this management in like the last couple of laps because my tires were still screwed. And I actually think here, I just make sure that I'm in his DRS here. And then if you watch the battery, and down here where it says medium, I think I actually turned the battery. I put it on overtake a little bit to make sure I stay with him, and then I think I might even put it on none. Oh no, you know what I did? But I left it on medium and let it recharge. I put it on none. I put it on 0 battery deploy through sector 1 of the final lap. So at this point, I've still got 70% battery. Kind of proud of that setup for that pass. Yeah, I just had to let him stay in front until, because if I go too early, then he just gets me on the next lap, right? So you've got to just bide your time. I knew I'm not catching Barnesy, so you might as well forget about it. So here it's just a case of stay as close as possible, open up the rear wing. But I'm still on medium. I haven't turned the ERS up there or anything. So now we're at 60% battery, and then I'm pretty sure, just watch the graphic in the bottom right. Yeah, onto none. So you can see the battery recharging in the middle of the screen. All the way throughout those corners. And all I had to do was just keep a good line, stay with him. And now we're up to over 90% and we're about to approach the big long straight. That was really, it was the only way I was going to make it work. Now, just turn on the overtake. Got all that deployed to use. Started with 90% battery down the straight. He's gone super defensive, trying to take the inside, but I've just got too much deployed to make it work. Yeah, it felt good, that. And he had to go back at me, but it's very hard to get an overtake done in the final sector, so I just made sure I took some tight apexes. Don't give him much room to breathe. Give the battery a squeeze here, even going around the long sweeping, like, triple right. And he just had nothing left. Oh, too little, too late. Well, obviously I'm very disappointed with the start of the race, but hey Matty, how you doing? Did you enjoy commentary? Matty, did you see what happened to me lap 1? Did you catch it? Check this out. Whoa! Wings broke. What a fucking start. You just see, who is it, Metric, he just fucking loses it. And for some reason it like ghosted him and then made him solid again. Like, what can I even do from that? Also, at this point now, my wing is fucked. Yeah, I got such a good start. Everything was going great, man. Everything was fucking fantastic. But, like, I couldn't have really avoided that anymore, could I? It doesn't feel like it. Obviously, I see him drift quite early, but you think he's going to, like, catch that and then... Whoa! I don't know. Yeah, take care, not sure. Thanks for chilling out. Take it easy. Good race, awful race, Daniel. Daniel, check out this start line incident. Are you ready? I'm not going to say a word. Just watch. Whoa! So he actually hit you, didn't he? I don't know what the fuck he did, but he hit you. He had lots of those moments. And my wing, it's only like slightly lime green, but that's enough. That's enough at COTA to basically just ruin the race. Then at that point, I just couldn't get anything done from that moment on. And then I actually, because of the wing issue, there we go. YouTube's gonna break now, is it? How's the car in front of you? I saw him coming in. Yeah, it's just unlucky. It's not, you know, it's just such a bad start, man. But yeah, what I had to do then. So this is lap 4. You'll see me trying to round the corners here and see the fucking problems that I'm having.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.0 seconds.
Look how hard it is to turn the corner. Box this lap. Box. I tried telling Mark and he wasn't fucking listening.
You're breaking up. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
So I actually boxed then on lap 4 for a set of hard tyres and took them 24 laps to the end of the race. That was the story of the race. But this was cool. So I'm going to show you now lap 27, right? I'm sitting in 10th. I've got ice in front. So down this main straight, lap 27. I've still got the DRS. But I'm not turning the battery on because I think I can get him on the last lap. He was in front of me. He overtook me about 5 laps before this, and he stayed in front the whole time. Until this great final lap play coming up. So into sector 1, super close behind, put the battery down to 0, let it build up through this entire section, stay close, keep the line. I think I give the battery a bit of a squeeze there just to make sure I'm well in range, but by that point now we're back up to like 100% ERS onto the straight. He does try to drift off to the left hand side of the track to defend, but I think I just managed my battery too well.
Good job, nice overtake.
Oh, thank you. I do have a lot of grey hairs though, it's true. Damn. I really thought though, like, I don't think my qualifying lap was as fast as I could have gone around here. I really thought I could do good things around here, and then just that, like, craziness off the start. Like, there's just nothing. So at this point, like I say, at this point, by the way, these hard tyres are 24 laps old. Okay. They were absolutely screaming at me by the end of the race, but there you go. Didn't really have too many battles, or not a lot going on, to be honest, just because of where I was. I ended up pitting so early, and I was so far behind everybody. I only got my... the time penalties is annoying, because realistically, I only got the time penalties because while my wing was screwed, I just couldn't control the car. So I was like drifting out wide, but I wasn't gaining any time, I'll tell you that much. Because I was like drifting off the track because I couldn't keep the car on the track. But even so, even if I got... I don't think you can really get him removed. I should have just been driving slower, but even then, it's only going to gain me 1 place. Anyway, that's it. It's pretty disappointing, to be honest. I don't want to think about that race for too much longer. I just want to look forward to Monza next week and try and make a success of that. I mean, I thought today that I might have done well, you know, like avoiding incidents by qualifying reasonably high. I mean, I think I qualified, where was I? 7th? It's not high enough though, is it? That's the truth. 7th is not high enough to avoid things. Anyway, I'm going to be live again on Sunday with Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. We're going to bring down the industrial entertainment complex with Mr. Renzo Nero. So maybe I'll see you then. But if you're just here for the F1, racing is going to be back on Friday night next week, a little bit before 8 o'clock UK time. And it's the Italian Grand Prix. We're in Monza, which is actually very exciting. Don't forget it's Star Wars Roleplay Day on Saturday. So anyone who's hanging around and wants to put a date in their diary, that's going to be a really fun one. That'll start 8 o'clock UK time. 6 players, because Dr. Hannum can't make it. So provisionally, I should say, 6 players. But we should have a really good time. Exploring some more of the slanting city on Maigito. Anyway, I love you all a lot. Please be unspeakably and unreasonably kind to each other. And I will see you really soon.